Yeah. Back in action. Getting some dropped frames once again, but it is what it is. We'll see how that turns out. Put on this tracking thing. So, what I intend to do is bench and row, as I think it does say. Just slightly thinking about how I want to do this. Because I could get in and out as fast as possible if I could do I want to do that? That is the question. So I'm thinking about which row but now that I think about it, whichever way I do it, I'm gonna have to configure this space. So it's not much use. Whether I wanna take off the ring so I don't fuck it up. Do I want to do bench first, or do I want to go back to back? If I want to do back to back, I need to unload weight and then move the chair. Let's do bench first, and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, I forgot my Theragun. Back home. So, I'm hoping my son will get tremendous use out of it. Side definitely feels tight as usual. So warming this up might take a while, but I'm really at this stage, again, not worrying about the weight too much, focusing more on the feel of it in this case. I will just do a bit of trying to stretch out the shoulder, as it is tight that way. I can sort of semi-hang here on the rings, and certainly I can hang from the bar as well. So yeah, that's usually when I hang here, I like to move around just a bit, looking for the different spots that have tension. My right lat is super tight, whereas my left one isn't. Left pec is actually quite tight, and the shoulder as a whole pretty tight as well. But let's jump in here and so I do have to fix that as well. So let's align that with the mid bar. Doesn't say much, does it? Definitely feeling it's like actually feels like my left shoulder is freezing. There's like cold tingling going on there. And that's not exactly great. A lot in there. Yeah, definitely here on the stretch I can feel that it's giving quite a bit of resistance here. So again, this looks super hang. This is something I observed myself for years before I actually had any information on it, but ooh, that right lat is super tight. But also there's this guy called Alex Hormozi, who is quite the wealthy man, and he spent a lot of money looking for a fix for his shoulder, and can't remember how much he spent, like probably hundreds of thousands trying to fix that, trying to find a solution. And he ended up just discovering that it's hanging from a bar. So whatever a bar costs you, then that's the price for a healthy shoulder. Obviously you need to hang as well, so that will require some grip from you, but that's good grip training. What's up, EMS on Twitch, saying it's interesting you're barefoot. Do you find that better to exercise like that? So I'm not particularly married to any invention when it comes to that, and I don't know enough about actually shoes to comment on that. Doing something like deadlifting, you want to have your feet firmly on the ground on a steady floor. So actually a floor like this is not ideal for deadlifting because it does have give. It is as firm as rubber mats go, and I have the rubber mats here so that I'm protecting the floor from all this equipment. So as far as thick rubber floors go, this is as good as it gets. But essentially you want to be on a deadlifting platform where you have a wooden base, which is solid. And then a lot of people do like to be there barefoot. But you could also get something with a very hard and flat bottom. Sole? Is it sole? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, very, very hard and flat shoes. So you stay very connected to the floor, because if you're, let's say you're deadlifting, 200 kilos or something, all that weight is obviously bearing down upon your foot, and that's bearing down upon whatever it is laid on. So if it's a soft surface, there's going to be give. There's going to be fluctuation in the energy transfer. So that's going to, in other words, make you unstable, or it can make you, and that's obviously dangerous and not desirable. So deadlifting would be and I guess overhead pressing as well. So anything anything where you're connected to the floor, you want to be as sturdy as possible. Why am I barefoot? Well, that's I don't really have any reason to have any shoes in here. I like the feel of it, and also when you don't have shoes, you actually have to work some of the smaller muscles in your foot to stabilize. So if I'm squatting here, especially on this rubber mat, my feet, not just my legs, but my feet need to work to slightly stabilize myself. And I got extremely flat. I can to at least remotely keep them, activated and active and going. So that's probably my answer. And also, this is my gym, so I like the feel of the rubber mats here on my feet. And if I had shoes in here, it doesn't really serve me any function here. But for me, it's really about activating all the smaller muscles in your foot and keeping that side going as much as possible. But yeah, it's very much like a function. Comes down to the function that you want to go for. So that feels okay. So just want to check what I actually did last time when it came to the bench. All right, so we were working. Last time was a long ass break since our last benching. So we're only using 50 kg for 10 reps for 3 sets. So what I'm gonna default back into today is I'm only gonna do one working set at the weight that I want to hit, because we're also doing the row and the same thing. So, and I'm trying to work on as many days as possible. So this is probably what I think. I'd not wear shoes, so it was less weight to carry around. That's also true if you want to optimize. But depending on how you look at it, maybe you want to carry more weight around. Certainly, if you do pull-ups, you have to lift the weight of the shoes. If you do some kind of farmer carry or something, technically, well, not technically, you obviously have to lift your leg to move that weight, so. Cool. I will hang here for just a short moment. So I feel like shoulder is getting a bit better. This right lat muscle is still super tight. I'm guessing it was from yesterday because I had to carry my heavy ass toddler around for quite a long time, so. EMS says, I have a random question not related to exercise at all. Go ahead. Ask anything. I promise, I can't promise I'll answer it, but this is a fairly open zone. Most things are okay to ask. Okay, here's the interesting question. Anyone. So it would definitely have to be someone hyper, some kind of hyper masculine dude. But it would need to be someone who would probably also find it to be funny. Because, you know, if they're too serious about themselves, they'd probably just punch somebody if they touch them. So, what's up? FoxK47 has followed on Twitch. Nice to have you with us. EMS chooses Justin Bieber, as he's quite arrogant and he'd have a funny reaction to it. Yeah, probably. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jocko Willink, if you know who that is. Like an ex-Navy SEAL. He has a podcast, Jocko Podcast. He's super tough dude, but also has a good sense of humor, and I don't know how he would react. I would just love to see how he would react, because I'm sure he wouldn't get ticklish, but he would be just like what the what's going on here. But I guess the question is, who is doing the tickling? That is really the thing we haven't covered yet. So cool. So, yeah, he does sound like a funny choice. Yeah, he's a really cool dude because he's like jacked as hell and very competent in jiu-jitsu, and obviously a Navy SEAL, but or ex. I don't know if that's insulting. Do they ever become ex? He's no longer in the military, but yeah, he would probably just like look at you really funny and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, do we have to fight? He wouldn't do that, but EMS asking, do you think Justin is a good choice? He'd try and act tough, but probably be very ticklish, very ticklish. So yeah, and you probably get like a surprisingly high-pitched giggle out of him. So I think that's would make a funny clip. So I am thinking about the weight here, and I think I wanna go 20. I can't fathom how I had 65 kg on the bar and did 20 reps easy a few weeks ago, and I only had to stop because I was passing out, not because I couldn't do reps, but because I just don't have the blood circulation to my brain for whatever reason. But I don't know, like, I don't know how that was even happening back then, but I don't know. It feels so weird to just play with these kind of numbers when this is what I used to warm up with, so it's kind of funny and a bit sad. EMS says, but you get why I say he'd try and not be ticklish, and he had an ego and manly image he tries to keep. Yeah, he'd probably be like super try and be serious about it, but or rather try and stay composed. I understand your choice. Would be interesting choice to see for sure. Cool. Let's do one last hanging set. Ooh, that's beginning to feel pretty good at this stage. I wish I had a bar at home so I could just hang every once in a while. Would be good for the shoulders. I find these semi-hangs are good when your feet are touching because you can adjust the amount of weight so you don't unnecessarily destroy your grip. And also, a lot of the time I just find the grip is the limiting factor if you just want to hang to get a good stretch. So yeah, we don't know who the tickler would be, so you're thinking about the details of this always. I'm a detail kind of a person, so absolutely essential questions. But if I could actually choose, I would also go for like some. I would have. Let me think about which way I want to do this, because I know I want to have Jocko Willink and David Goggins, who's also another ex-Navy SEAL, but he's like this kind of extreme motivational dude. But which one would be funnier? You know what? I think it would actually something Jocko probably would never do. So you just like, I would love to see David Goggins' face seeing this absurdity of an event unfold. Because I could see David Goggins tickle Jocko Willink, but the other way around would be pretty strange. All right. I really have no idea. All things considered, that will do for today, for that part. So that was 60 we did for 12. I'm really just trying to wake up my body back to this reality, have a smooth reintroduction to this, and it's usually the hardest part is the adjustment in the beginning. At least for me, things that begin to kind of lock in place. So next up, we're going to build towards our rowing set. I'm just going to lower this bar. I'm going to use the camber bar here as well because it gives that extra 2 inches more range, and we all know how important an extra 2 inches can be. So EMS says, for Justin, I say the ticklers are people who dislike his music and find Justin annoying and don't like his personality or attitude. Okay. But maybe that, don't you think that could be, well, I guess if Justin didn't know, then it wouldn't matter. But he would need to be, they would need to have like a friendly enough face so that it's not EMS is asking how long for. With the bigger guys, would they be stuck in some type of way? So I'm thinking just like they're like doing a video, doing an interview or something, and then Jocko Willink comes from behind and kind of tickles him here, sort of underneath the armpits, maybe a bit like that, maybe slightly downwards, and then just something quick like that, and then walks to the side, and then David Goggins is like, what the heck, like, who the fuck is that? And because he curses a lot, so he would look, and then he would be shocked, then it would be Jocko Willink, and Jocko has this very, very subtle, tiny smile on his face, maybe like a eyebrow raising one. Maybe like a eyebrow raising one. But yeah, the tickler is, it's kind of essential because it does affect the disposition a lot. And also I think the technique would, like, because you can sort of sense whether it's like friendly or, you know, what the intent is. So cool. EMS saying, wouldn't you want to see how he coped with it if it was longer? Sure, but that would never happen. Like, I guess if we could, like, tie him to a chair or something and they knew it was coming, then that would be a different thing, I think. I was trying to think about this as realistically as possible, but yeah, I guess it would maybe make it even more funnier, this absurd situation or something. And if the challenge was not to laugh or smile or anything like that. Usually feels pretty good, pretty warmed up because of all the kind of bracing you have to do, or the tightness of the back that you need to have for the bench. So don't need to warm up terribly, but I must say I'm slightly getting concerned about your Justin. I'm not going to say obsession, but this does seem oddly specific. How much time do you spend thinking about this? EMS says, I love Justin. Okay, well that would explain it, so. Okay, yeah, so there's something, feels like a nerve or a vein that hurts when I have too much pressure in my hand. It's very strange because you expect pressure coming from this direction to be worse for it, but when I pull with this, it's like something nerve that kind of feel like it's tugging or something, but it does hurt. Usually the boundary has been so I'm guessing this would probably be as far as we go because I could already feel it. On a previous set. EMS says, no, it's just a funny thought I have. Other people I'd say or talk about just for this question. Justin is my choice. I'd be the tickler in an unrealistic scenario. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if I had the chance to tickle Justin Bieber, I would do it, so. But yeah, he does indeed seem like somebody who would be very ticklish. All right, let's see what this feels like. I'm not horribly confident about this. Yeah, it's too. I think it's the vein, because I feel the blood pressure making it worse. So, okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one final set with the cable machine here and call it a day. So, let's see, cable row, here we go. Okay, so it looks like we've done 20 kg, 15, and 25. Feeling pretty good. So, and this is added weight to this, plus the sled, obviously. But so, you know, we did. Okay. 25. Jeez. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with 20, and I'm gonna try and go beyond the 15 reps that we did last time. EMS asking, you would do it? Yeah, I would absolutely tickle Justin Bieber if I had the chance. Why not? I mean, he's big, not like physically, but would be funny. Be like a fun thing to say if you're playing Never Have I Ever, because I bet not many could say that. What's up, Tinuid? Still don't know how to pronounce that, but that's the best I can do. Your profile picture is not only heavenly, it's Valhalla. Yeah, it's pretty glowy. People keep asking me what the aura around me is, and I have no explanation. I just took a picture, and that was what was there. EMS asking, how mean are you being to Justin? How long are you tickling him for? As long as I'm allowed to. That's my choice. I'll be very mean. I'll be very mean. Because if I get the chance to tickle the dude, why not? Why would I not go all the way? You know? I wanna go all the way. And also, if I'm very mean to him, that will leave an impression, and he'll want to seek me out again and exact revenge on me. So that way I get to see him twice, at the very least. There we go. All right, no idea what this is gonna do. Like, let's clear this barbell as well. Put it on the rack. All right. I don't know how much of this. Well, I guess you can see enough that there is much to be seen here, but I'm going to use the straps here because grip is probably going to be an issue. So what I'm aiming for is going beyond 15 reps, which I have no idea how viable that is, but EMS says, so you want to test him out, see his weaknesses. Absolutely. I mean, if you get a chance like that in life, you have to go all in. All right. Okay. Let's try to center that. Oh my lord. Oh, okay. I counted 20. So that's good. So we get to change this. That's cool. Definitely tough, but feels like manageable tough. You know, there are different levels of toughness. EMS saying, I think his feet would be the most ticklish. I have to say, you do put an awful. You talk to me about details, but that's pretty detail oriented. I feel like feet would be like the ace in the sleeve. You would start with the other parts, soften him up, open him up. That sounded a bit wrong, but you know, don't cancel me. And then at the end, because if it even works a bit, then he's more susceptible to the feet tickling. All right. I suspect this is going to be tough. Probably tougher than the right side. Shit the bed. That's truly painful. Ugh. My pants are dropping because I don't have anything to fasten them with. But, you know, if some streamers can show basically naked bodies, then I guess I can show a bit of ass crack, but I think you can look at someone and tell where they're ticklish. This is EMS. Have a guess where I'm the most ticklish, because there is one place that is most definitely the. I would probably yeah, it's not good. It's actually dangerous if you do it around me, because I will lose all bodily functions, like all control, and I might hurt somebody, so. Well, I'm only thinking about it because you are imposing these questions upon me. It's not like I've planned any of this. This is only very impulsive. That's not the word. Very intuitive. What's the word? I'm looking. Creative. Intuitive. I don't know. Let's go with that. Okay. Lastly. I'm going to finish this off with just a simple set of triceps. My biceps felt a bit iffy on that rowing set, so I don't want to risk injury there. And I did carry that toddler yesterday a lot, so I'm sure that did some damage. So you still haven't guessed. You've just said, I don't think it's your feet. So, still waiting for a guess. Alright, so I'm gonna just load 3 kg on this thingy, because one arm I'm basically doing the weight of the sled, and then I've been increasing the kilos slowly here. So we're aiming for about 20 reps. We can so your guess is upper body or armpits, as you'd maybe hit out with your arms. You're big, strong. So the answer is actually the bottom of my feet, and they're so ticklish that it is like it takes all of my concentration and willpower to even for a second not kick somebody in the face. They are so ticklish that it genuinely sucks. Like if I go to the doctor's office and they, for whatever reason, need to check, like if they touch your feet or something, I'm just like, it's bad. Pretty rough. Yeah, the bottom of the feet, it's really bad for me. No, like I genuinely need to warn people about that in any situation where it might be possible. All right. very tough. But I'm actually pretty happy with the form there because I didn't put any, well, I shouldn't say any, but didn't put much body English into that. Remained pretty strict, even if the reps are kind of not done in what do you call it? In a continuous, for sure. Right, I'm trying to respect the gym, even though it's my space, trying to put things back into place every time, and it's easier, nicer to start next time when everything is from a clean slate. So been slipping on that quite a bit, but cool. That's it for today. If you haven't, consider following or subscribing wherever you may be watching. EMS is asking, how would you cope with Justin getting back you then, especially I mean, if he discovers the bottom of my feet, it's over. I'll probably just like pass out and go into a short coma or something. But that will be a fun story, so I guess worth experiencing that one as well. Any particular part is mainly the middle, I'd say. Not so much the extreme ends. Middle. That's the worst. Cool. All right, I gotta hit the shower and then I have a meeting after that. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the extremely interesting questions. And hopefully this has been somewhat entertaining, and do consider following if this is remotely interesting. Last question. Okay, be quick, very quick. There is a bit of a lag in the comment section, so what do you think would tickle the most? Nails, fingers, something else? Feather? I don't know. I think fingers, probably. It's the human element, human touch. That's the worst. Alright, cool. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you later.